Comet The Colt of Steel, Chapter 3, Part 2. The walk home was uneventful for the most part. I managed to keep my weird spells to myself by keeping my head low to the ground and just following the sound of Pa's hoofsteps. Just keep my head down and just don't look around, I thought to myself, not wanting to see any more skeleton ponies or just seeing through walls. Y'all have been as quiet as a dormouse since we left school. You sure you're not coming down with something? I looked up to see Pa looking worriedly at me, Apple Bloom standing just beyond his massive legs. I'm fine, Pa. Honest, I am, I said as I shook my head to clear out the surrounding noise. To the average pony trotting up the road to Sweet Apple Acres, that day they would probably have only heard the feint of cartwheels on the cobblestone streets mixed with the distant sounds of the birds singing. For me, the sound of Ponyville's sleepy hustle and bustle was like it was being echoed through a wide cave. I can tell whether you're lying to me, his voice boomed. Whatever's going on, y'all can tell me. His eyes gazed at me like two large yellow moons. I realized that it was, pointless to keep it from him and Granny forever. Well, I've just been feeling kind of strange lately, I said. Pa raised an eyebrow, his curiosity intrigued. I had a feeling something was up when you fell down the stairs this morning. So what's bothering you?
Apple Comet says he's been seeing things,
Apple Bloom exclaimed. Pa looked down at her crossly.
Now what did I just get through telling you earlier about interrupting others when they're talking?
He said in a stern tone. Apple Bloom turned her head away, her ears drooping low.
Sorry, Pa,
she said. Satisfied, he turned his attention back to me.
So, you say y'all have been feeling strange, but when we're offered to let you stay home from school, suddenly y'all say you're fine. So what gives? I guess it's like Apple Bloom said. I've been seeing through things and hearing through things too. You say y'all been seeing and hearing through things, huh?
Pa stroked his chin with his hoof.
You mean like an X-ray or something?
I thought back to the skeletons of my teacher and classmates staring at me like they wanted to eat me, and what happened with Diamond Tiara that morning.
Yeah. Something like that,
I stammered out.
Now, how long has this been going on for?
He asked.
About a month or so,
I replied. Pa burst out laughing.
So, y'all are saying that you've been seeing and hearing through walls for over a month, and y'all didn't tell no one? I'm sorry, Pa. I figured I was seeing things that weren't there at first, and I just thought it would go away or something. Well, if it just comes back to you, let us know right away. Apple Comet, can I ask y'all something?
Apple Bloom asked softly.
Sure, I guess,
I replied with a shrug.
What about what happened with Diamond Tiara on that cart today?
Is this something you're not telling me? Pa asked suspiciously. You didn't cause any trouble, did you?
No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all.
I raised my hooves in defense.
We hit a bump in the road, and I caught her before she could fall out, and, that's all. No, what do you mean that's all?
Apple Bloom said.
The whole class saw you snatch Diamond Tiara out of the air like a bolt of lightning.
She looked at me like I just set the world record for the fastest filly catch or something.
I don't know how I did that, sis,
I responded.
When we hit that bump, it was like everything around me just slowed down.
My super hearing, yes, that's what I was calling it now, picked up the sound of splintering wood in the distance, followed by something heavy tumbling down. Even from the bottom of the hill, I could recognize the screaming that came from it.
Granny!
I cried out, bursting into a full sprint.
Apple Comet, where y'all going?
I heard Pa cry out from behind as he and Apple Bloom gave chase. There was no time to waste, and I questioned why I just knew I had to get Granny before it was too late. I felt hooves kicking up dirt and dust as I continued to pick up speed, and I was already traveling as fast as a professional derby runner, and I wasn't breaking a sweat. Faster and faster, I ran the dirt road quickly, becoming a blur as the farm came into view at the top of the hill. My super senses kicking in immediately, I saw Applejack and Big Mac were working in the West Orchard, but there was no sign of Granny Smith. I had to find her, fast.
Come on! Where are you, Granny?
I cried out as I frantically searched for her. My X-ray vision was going into overdrive as I looked through the farmhouse, the barn, the silos, the orchard, and the well, but there was no sign of her.
Just calm down and listen for her,
I said to myself, and I closed my eyes.
Help! Some pony! I'm trapped down here and I can't get out!
Granny's voice echoed through my ears, and it sounded like she was trapped somewhere underground.
The cider cellar!
I exclaimed. Well, there was really no time to lose. Every second meant the difference for Granny.
Granny!
My voice was as loud as a dragon's roar.
Hold on, I'm coming!
I reached the cellar door in no time flat and tore through the heavy padlock door off of its hinges like it was just made of cardboard, actually.
Granny? Granny, are you in here? Apple Comet, is that you?
Her voice was hoarse from shouting for help, and I soon saw why. Toppled barrels littered the cellar floor, their contents gushing everywhere and lying there with her hind legs pinning underneath a heavy barrel full of cider. And that was Granny Smith. Her wrinkled face was white with fear and her mane was drenched in sweat.
It's me, Granny, it's me! I came to save you! It's no use, child,
she said gloomily.
It's too heavy for some pony your age to lift. Go find your paw and siblings, hurry!
I took a quick look with my X-ray vision, and fortunately I could see that her legs weren't broken, but the barrel was too heavy to move without hurting her. So there was only one thing to do.
What are you doing? Apple Comet!
I drew my hoof back and bucked it straight into the head of the barrel. The wood splintered instantly on impact, drenching me in a torrent of apple cider. It was working. I could feel the barrel getting light enough to move without hurting her. And finally, with one last heave, the barrel was high enough for Granny to wriggle her legs out.
Oh, Celestia be praised,
she said as her eyes were wide in wonder. I slowly set the barrel down, and without all the cider, it felt like it weighed almost like nothing. I quickly rushed over to Granny's side.
Are you alright, Granny? Are you okay?
Faster than even I thought I could move, she embraced me, tears of relief flowing down her cheeks.
Apple Comet, you saved my life. I was afraid I'd be trapped down here for days until someone found me, if any pony even did that. Well, how'd you know I was even down here? I heard you from the bottom of the hill,
I told her, and her eyes went wide with surprise.
From the bottom of the hill. The bottom of the hill,
she stammered.
But that's impossible. I can't... Look, I can't really explain it myself, but I'm glad that you're okay,
I said as I hugged her, being gentle so not as to break her in half.
I'm glad too, youngin'. Tonight y'all are getting an extra big helping of pie for this.
I suddenly felt a tingling sensation in the back of my flank. I turned around to see a bright light glowing from it, and the light faded as quickly as it came. In its place was a fiery red comet streaking across the night sky, set in a red diamond shield.
Well, would you look at that?
Granny said to me.
Y'all caught in your cutie mark. Wait. I did? I did! I got my cutie mark!
My cutie mark. Every colt, every filly, asked their parents about them as soon as they learned to talk. Whenever a pony figures who they are and what they're good at, a cutie mark appears on their flank. Some ponies get theirs early, and for others it can take years to get. I guess I was just an early bloomer, but the question that popped up is, what did it mean? My thoughts were just interrupted as my ears picked up the sound of voices coming from outside.
What is it?
Granny asked.
Apple Comet! Apple Comet! Apple Comet! Apple Comet! Pa? Apple Bloom, what's going on?
I heard Applejack shout. Having sort of gotten to the hang of it by now, I just put my super awesome vision into action. Within moments, I could see Pa and Applebloom trotting up to Applejack and Big Mac. Pa looked exhausted, his coat was matted with sweat, and Applebloom lay sprawled out on her stomach, having run out of strength to even stand. I felt sort of bad for her. I hadn't really planned on them running after me.
Did either you two see your brother run past here?
Pa asked as he shook off his hat and wiped the sweat off of his brow.
No, I didn't see any pony run past here,
Applejack answered. Y'all are alright, Pa? You look mighty winded, Big Mac asked.
I'll be fine, son. I need to find your brother,
Pa said as he placed his hat back on his head.
It sounds like Apple Comet gave both of you a run for your money,
Applejack said.
It's Pa and the others,
I exclaimed to Granny.
I kind of left them behind. Well, let's just not keep every pony waiting, shall we?
Granny said with a smile.
I'm certain they're gonna get mighty impressed when they find out what you did for your old granny.
I felt proud of myself, for the first time that day. After all, everything that had happened, it felt nice to end it on a high note.